Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, my name is Freddy, as you all know, also known as KR6 Productions, baby. Oh yeah! And wow, it's been a while since I've done that. It's been a while since I've uploaded a YouTube video. I mean, other than my films, which I've been putting out somewhat consistently, I've been trying to, well, that's a lie. That's a fat lie. I've not been trying to make YouTube videos, but at least not as much as I want to. But guys, that changes this year, starting with today, starting with right now. Today's video is I watched 155 movies in the year of 2025. It was a year, we can say that. There's been some amazing movies, there've been some horrible reboots, there's been sequels, there've been debuts, some great original movies, ups and downs, but I'm gonna focus on the positives. 155 is a lot, but I'm gonna narrow it down in some categories, make it a bit easier to digest, you know? Starting with Caught by Surprise. Now this is movies that I went into not knowing what to expect, not knowing how to feel, not really going in with any expectations, and caught me by surprise. It was great, I loved it. It was much better than I would have hoped it would be. And we're gonna start off with Caught Stealing. Caught Stealing, directed by Darren, whose surname I cannot pronounce, but I'll put it up here, collabing with Vincent, with Zoe Kravitz, Austin Butler, Regina King, Leave, a bunch of people that we know and love. I didn't know what to expect. I always saw the movie poster when I was up and about in the cinemas with this. It looked like a weird movie poster. I don't know. I always just thought I would brush it off, not really care about the movie. But when I did watch it, this crime thriller comedy, it definitely thrilled me, and it was funny, it was entertaining, and it's a movie that I would highly recommend. It will definitely catch you by surprise with the events that happen in the film, in where it follows this guy, burnt out baseball player he was, and just like learning his story and the cat that he has along the way and his girlfriend, and him struggling with two Russians, two Jews. That's not a spoiler, but two Russians, two Jews, and him and some property that they are looking to get back. It is very good. I really enjoyed it. I didn't expect it to be so good. Like, I really didn't know what to expect going into that movie. But moving on to the next one, Code 3. Code 3, this one with, what's his name? Lol Ray Howry and Rainn Wilson. I watched this and I'm like, okay, cool. Cheap comedy movie with actors that I know, actors that I like. Let's see what it's all about. And we follow these two partners in an ambulance with a new rookie, and I thought it was going to be very comedic, but I mean it was, but there's so many lessons that I walked out, or walked away, or left the computer, or let's say left the movie, left the screen with so many lessons and so much insight, because emotionally it kind of wrecks you. I mean, it's not a big wreck, but it tugs on your heartstrings, you know what I mean? This movie, I love the dynamic, I love the chemistry that Lol Ray and Rainn Wilson have, and the rookie, the lessons that you learn about life, and Rob Riggle, by the way, who I love as a comedic actress in anything. He's amazing and he's funny. But in this movie, I hated him so much. Like, he was actually, lack of a better word, a dickhead, you know? But yeah, very good movie, very entertaining. I mean, especially great with the family. I mean, I didn't watch it with my family, but if it's maybe not your style, watch it with other people. It's gonna be more enjoyable or easier to digest. Next up, we have Kingdom of Heaven. Kingdom of Heaven, I will have to say, it's one of Ridley Scott's better movies. I would easily put it in his top 4. Top 3? I would say it's in my top 3 of Ridley Scott films. Very underrated. And for those who don't know, Kingdom of Heaven, trust me, you'll know this. So that meme, that screenshot that we all know, we've all seen somewhere, this is where the movie comes from. And this epic historical movie, again, didn't know what to expect. But the story, the world, the characters, the action, the fighting, the politics, oh my word, it's so good. I would say I might put it higher than Gladiator. I could be lying. No. Okay. I'll watch the director's cut and then I'll get back to you guys, but I would put it on the level as Gladiator in terms of how epic the story is, how good the characters are, and the score. Oh, amazing. That movie, very good. Companion. Companion with, I know a name. I don't know her name. I forgot her name. But anyway, it has not Dennis Quaid's son, Jack Quaid. So Companion, I'm a guy who loves going into movies, not watching the trailer, not reading anything about it. So I watched this movie with Keith and with Yakeem early in Jan, so early into its first release, and the whole concept is so good of this, and it's not a spoiler because again it's in the synopsis or the log line, but I don't watch that, so it caught us by surprise. But the idea of having this type of robot and the way you can configure it and control it in so many ways and have high emotional intelligence or low emotional intelligence or intelligence in general, and just how it functions, the story, I wouldn't call it a horror movie, it's more of a thriller movie, but very good cast. I love the ensemble, amazing acting from both. I actually need to look up her name. I can't believe that I forgot it. Sophie Thatcher. There's the name, Sophie Thatcher. Extremely good job being able to play this robot that's also having this emotional distress against this boyfriend played by Jack Quaid, who is a terrible human being, like actually bad. But the idea of, this is something that could easily happen in this world with the way we're going with technology, having robots that are your companion, or like ordering this robot. Bruh, just go out and talk to a woman. Why are you ordering robots so that you can have a girl? Come on, do better. Next up, The Sound of Music. Now, I'm a guy who loves musicals. I love my musicals. Not every musical. Sometimes it's hit or miss, and we'll get to that later. But The Sound of Music, I always heard about this musical, it being one of the best musicals, and this movie was long. A bit too long. Or let's say cut out 10 minutes of the ending off and the movie's perfect. For me, almost a perfect musical, but just that extra 10 minutes makes it too long. But Julie Andrews and everyone else, I'm not going to remember the rest of the cast, but a deer, a female deer, Ray, a drop of golden sun. Oh, hearing that, I don't know if the song originated there, but I became obsessed with that song for such a long time, like a couple of weeks, just listening to that song on repeat. It's a great story about this nanny who has to look after these kids, the kids of this other really wealthy guy, and having that relationship, romance dynamic blossom, and her relationship with the kids. It's a very good story, set in, I think it's Germany, back during the World War. Very good. Highly recommended if you love musicals. If you don't love musicals, don't waste your time, but it is worth a try. Kramer versus Kramer. Now, this was part of the journey of me trying to watch all of Meryl Streep's movies, or most of it at least. I didn't get through a lot last year. But Kramer vs. Kramer with Dustin Hoffman and Meryl Streep fighting over custody over the son. Yes, they eventually fight for the custody of their son, but the movie starts off with Meryl Streep leaving her husband and just ending things, and now he has to learn how to be a good father. And that whole story of him changing his ways, of trying to be a better person, slowly learning, being present for his son who he used to have no time for, being a busy businessman. And then eventually she came back into the life, and then figuring out that dynamic and them fighting for him. Again, I didn't know what to expect for this movie, but I loved it. It's very good directing, amazing acting from both of them, like truly phenomenal jobs. And even the child actor, he did a very good job. Very emotional. It kind of got me. I won't lie, it got me. But I would highly recommend to watch this with a family, with a partner, alone, whatever. Watch it for Meryl Streep. Watch it for Dustin Hoffman. Watch it if you do or don't know what it's like having such a dynamic with not knowing, or parents splitting up or things like that. I don't know. Just watch the movie, man. Deep Cover. Deep Cover with Orlando Bloom, and this is either Jessica Chastain or Bryce Dallas. It's Bryce Dallas Howard, yes. I sometimes get the two confused, but I know it is now. Bryce Dallas Howard, and I can't remember the other guy. I am so sorry. But it had Paddy Constantine, it had Ned Bean. Well, it's not a spoiler, because it happens in every movie, in everything is in. Ned Bean dies, by the way. Oh, wow. Big surprise. But this is a comedy movie, an action crime comedy movie that, I don't know, it was surprisingly funny. And I say that because there's lots of comedy movies that get released in 2025, in the later decade after 2020, and they just fall flat. The comedy is cringe, it's forced dialogue, it seems too woke, as people like to say, but I don't like to use that as a description as per why, but it's just bad writing that really hinders comedy movies of the recent decade. But this, I mean, it's not on your levels of your Hangover and Airplane and Planes, Trains and Automobiles and American Pie and all that. It's not on that level. But for what it is in this day and age, or for the movie in itself, comparison aside, since comparison is bad, I mean, I forgot the quote. I was trying to say the quote, but put the quote right here, please. There we go. That's the problem with comparison. Brain freeze. This movie, for what it is very good as a comedy movie. It's very much enjoyable. It's just a thing to just unwind and relax after a long day. And Orlando Bloom, I haven't seen him in ages in anything, but he does a great job in this movie, acting as an actor who's, well, a struggling actor, being a struggling actor. Well, all of them are struggling actors, and they all think that like they're going into this improv thing, but they end up getting caught up in criminal activities and drugs and gangsterism. It's amazing. And then the last movie that caught me by surprise, Eternity. Eternity, this movie I really wanted to see in cinemas, but I couldn't because Ster-Kinekor was... No, they were showing it. I'm a liar. I forgot why I didn't want to see it. No, I did want to see it. Not... I wanted to see this movie in cinemas, but I didn't, and I couldn't, so I watched it at home. Anyway, I've been waiting for this movie to release for a while, or when I say waiting for it to release, I mean, you know, when you sail the high seas and then the movie gets released, that's what I mean. But this movie with Miles Teller and Elizabeth Olsen and that guy, I don't know your name, I'm sorry, but here's your face. This movie, the concept of when you die, you go to this eternity, you go into this afterlife, and then you have to choose where you want to stay, where you want to spend the rest of your life, the rest of your eternity. And the movie starts off with this husband dying, and when you die, you come back at the age that you were at your happiest, which are, again, very good concept. That's interesting, that's cool. And he now wants to wait for his wife. But now, when his wife eventually returns, or when she dies, unfortunately, she comes back at the age that she was happiest. It's Miles Teller, it's Elizabeth Olsen, it's this guy that he met as a bartender. But now, she has to find out now that both her husbands were waiting for her. And imagine coming back. Imagine you die. And they're like, okay, cool, here's the afterlife, we're in eternity. But both of your ex-husbands are there. I promise you now, if I was the ex-husband, like the one that she, you know, her current husband, not the ex. If I was the current husband, and I died, and now I'm in the afterlife, my wife comes, and now this ex-husband, her first love, from 67 years ago, pulls up, I'm gonna find a way to off him. Because I cannot have that type of competition. This is a first love. I can't have that. But anyway, that aside, very fun movie. Existential movie, you can call it. I would imagine for people who are married, for older couples, but for someone as young as myself, it's a very fun movie to watch. It's a concept that and themes and ideas that can sit with you about your first loves and about choosing who you want to be with. I mean, it's crazy that you have to choose in that type of manner, but a very good movie, very colorful. Love the cast, love the I mean, everything. Oh, Davine Randolph-Joy, love her. I loved her in The Holdovers. I loved her in this. Amazing actress. So everything from the writing, the comedy, it's very good. It's just great movie. definitely watch it. Next up, we have movies that I enjoyed more than I thought I would. Like, it's a movie that I know it has high reviews, it's highly rated, but I really enjoyed it more than I thought I would. Because normally you go into a movie that's highly acclaimed and it feels overhyped. You go into it like, oh, I'm gonna enjoy this movie, or this movie feels overhyped, and you go into lower your expectations. But this is a case of, you know, it's a great movie. You go and you're like, oh, that was actually really good. People aren't overhyping it. And it starts off with mid-90s, directed by Jonah Hill. It's a coming-of-age movie about this skater boy and him just going along in life. But I'm just sorry, the scenes just replayed in my head. I have to rewatch this movie. Those who love coming-of-age movies, those who love skating, those who love movies from back in the day that has that 90s feel, this movie is definitely for you. It's funny, it's great, the cinematography is cool, the dynamic and relationship that our main character has with the new friends that he makes, and with his mother and with his brother, and how that develops over time. It's so good. I would highly recommend it. It's such a fun movie. It makes you feel nostalgic in some way. Even, I mean, let's say if you haven't experienced that type of life, of the skater life, growing up on the street, being a rebel, not on the street in terms of like, you know what I mean. Anyway, but yeah, even if you haven't experienced that life, you'll still have a nostalgic type feel to it. I mean, and if you have experienced it, it's even better for you. Definitely watch it. Next up, 10 Things I Hate About You. I have always heard about this movie, and romance isn't always my thing. It is fun. I do love a good romance movie. It isn't always my thing. But when watching this, firstly, one of the greatest two-mans in history, let's just say that, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Heath Ledger. I haven't watched Brokeback Mountain yet. I don't know if I will. And I've watched The Dark Knight, and I've only ever seen him as the Joker. And I didn't know why people, I knew that people regarded him so high as an actor for The Dark Knight. But watching 10 Things I Hate About You and seeing him in this character, his charisma, his acting ability, he's just so good. He's great in it. Everyone is great in that. Julia Stiles is great. The whole cast, and the beef that she has with the teacher, or the beef that the teacher has with her, because sometimes it's like she didn't even do anything, but he's beefing with her. But her dancing on the table, the way that Joseph's character and Julia's sister, I can't remember the in-characters' names, my bad. But anyway, their relationship, the whole story dynamic, yes, it is cheesy and it feels predictable, but remembering when that movie came out, it might be a perfect romance film. I have to say, I rewatched it, or somewhat rewatched a few scenes just 2 weeks ago, and it's so good. It's funny. It's such a good romance movie. The poem at the end, I don't know how people cried. Not in a rude way, but maybe I'm just not that emotionally in tune. Maybe it's more for women to cry in moments like that. But hey, 10 Things I Hate About You, great romance film. Moving on to absolute stunner. And this is what I would say as the best cinematography visually. These are some of the movies that really stood out to me visually, and scenery-wise, cinematography-wise, color-wise, it was just phenomenal. Starting with probably the best that I've watched that year, cinematography-wise, The Green Knight. Now, The Green Knight, I still haven't rated properly on Letterboxd, and I'll tell you why. It's a very good movie visually. I love it. It's a very long movie, but for me, it's easily either 2 stars or 4 stars, and that's why I haven't rated it yet, because visually and the story and the concept, it's great. It's phenomenal. But I would say also 2 stars because it does feel dragged out. I feel like there's so much that's left unanswered, like they didn't do enough with the movie, in my opinion, or didn't do enough with the characters. There's a certain scene that just played in my mind. Firstly, if you've watched the movie, you can understand. Number two, when you go watch this movie, it's gonna catch you by surprise. But it was, I don't know how to explain this, and I don't know if I can. I will just leave it with a screenshot of what happened. No, not of exactly what happened, but a screenshot of the scene, and you'll understand, because I can't even say that out loud. But all in all, the movie is great, but just with the narrative and the way it's written, I don't know if I love the writing and if I love the story at the same time I do. It's just, it feels in a way lackluster and like it's missing something. Like it's just, I don't hate movies that are left open for interpretation, but some movies do that too much. Like there's too much left open. And I'll get to that with another movie in terms of leaving movies for interpretation, leaving an ending or the story. It's up to the viewer to make their own story or to think of what happened. But that movie, I love it, but at the same time, I feel like it also gives us too little. Next up, for something I found visually stunning, is Cure. Now, Cure is a Japanese thriller, crime, and murder mystery as well. Oh my word. This story is so good. I love a good murder mystery. I've watched a lot in 2020. Not a lot, but I consider 3 or 4 a lot. Anyway, but no, more actually. I watched more. I watched a lot. But this story of this detective that's trying to find this killer that kills these people in a certain way, and there's so many patterns that you have to follow, and the way that we figured it out with him is so good. But it being that type of neo-noir, or it being under the neo-noir genre, the way it's shot and the way the color is, the atmosphere, the mood and vibe of the movie, it's just so enthralling and so beautiful. It's just so well done. Bravo. F1. Ooh! Now F1 I watched with my friends, and this movie was great. This movie in specific, when I say F1, because it's so hard to film. I mean, it's easy in a certain way, but to film F1 cars like that, I mean, I was glazing this movie before it was released, because I saw Joseph do Top Gun Maverick, and then I'm like, oh, he has the same cinematographer, it's him, he has the same person doing the score, it's gonna be phenomenal. And it was, especially the final scene in where Sonny is driving. I mean, it's not too much of a spoiler, but the final scene with Sonny driving down the track, and it's just silent. It's all the POV shots that you get, the racing down the track, the wide shots. It's such a beautifully well made movie. I mean, I'm not gonna say like it's, wow, this is the greatest, but for what it is, it's very well done and one of my personal favorites of the year. The Shining. The Shining I have been putting off for like 2 years while my friend Robin has been telling me to watch it. I just like kept watching it, something distract me, watching it, I fall asleep, watching it, I press pause and watch something else. But I eventually got to it, and I mean, there's not much to say for those who already know, but for those who don't know, The Shining, Stanley Kubrick, Jack Nicholson, and Shelley Duvall, rest her soul. What a great movie. The colors, I mean, this movie, in the way that it's shot, like when I talk about the colors, I'm talking about that red hallway scene, which is so iconic. Such an iconic piece of, well, cinema. Well, yes, in general, such an iconic piece of cinema. And this film, the way it's graded, the way the cinematography is, it as a thrilling horror, it's done very well, more than a lot of horrors, more than I can say. Sinners. We all know Sinners. We've all watched it. I hope you did. If you didn't, go watch it, and now pause the video, go watch it. Okay, I'm assuming that now you've already watched it. Either you already watched it or you pressed pause when I told you to, you watch it, then you came back. Cool. Welcome back. Sinners, I mean, this goes without saying. There's not much to say beyond the movie. Phenomenal cinematography. I hope it wins. This is being filmed a day after the Golden Globes, but it's probably going to be the movie. This video is going to be out before the Oscars, but I do hope it wins lots of cinematography awards because it is so well done. It is amazingly done. I wish I watched it in IMAX. I watched it in cinemas. I'm glad I did. Watching movies in cinemas, it's just a must. And I wish I watched it in IMAX. It would have been even better. But as it was, the colors, I keep referring to the colors, but you can't have good cinematography. I mean, the topic that I'm talking about is absolute stun. It's about the cinematography. It's about the color grading. But the way this movie was done, especially in the outside scenes, oh, very good. It's amazing. I think it's visually, okay, no. I already said that The Green Knight is my favorite of 2025, but in terms of movies released in 2025, I would give us best cinematography 100%. It's such a good movie. Everything, like, put cinematography aside, everything else from the acting, the music, the original score by Ludwig and Miles, and the Irish dances, it's gonna be an iconic movie if it isn't already. And it goes without saying that the work that was done there with the IMAX cameras by the cinematographer, by Ryan Coogler, phenomenal. Next up we have, what is that melody? And this is movies where I would say had some great sound design and great soundtracks. And I'm gonna run through it a little bit. We have Pan's Labyrinth, which another movie by Guillermo del Toro that I've been kind of putting off a bit too much because it just didn't feel like me, or didn't feel like I would enjoy it. But I eventually just got into it. And that's the thing about movies. If we just pause for a moment, sometimes there are movies in where you know it's gonna be a good movie and you feel like watching it, but there's just like something that's blocking you. And if it's laziness, or it's the subtitles, or it's some actor, or maybe you feel like you don't have time, or you really want to rewatch your favorite movie, just watch that good movie. Because when you watch it, you feel like, why didn't I watch this before? Why didn't I watch this earlier? Why did I put it off for so long? And that's how I feel with Pan's Labyrinth. The music, Pan's Lullaby, ooh, that's what puts it for me for one of the most memorable of movies that I've watched last year. The melody is so good. The harmony, it's entrancing. And I implore you to listen to it and then watch the movie. Or watch the movie and then listen to the soundtrack. But when you watch the movie, you're gonna listen to the soundtrack anyway, and then you'll understand what I'm saying. Nah, I mean, yeah. Next up, we have Clute. Clute was introduced to me by my friend Bemi. He said that he first was introduced to the soundtrack, and then he watched the movie. And so that's how I got into it. I watched the movie, and then I heard the soundtrack. And it's about this detective that, I could call it a love story, but it's more of a crime movie. But this detective that's trying to find this missing guy, and he gets involved with this lady of the night, to put it in clean terms. But this movie's atmosphere and the vibe and the soundtrack that carries it, that gives it that, what's that word? Just hold on, I'll get it. Oh God, I don't have it. Noir, yes, like that noir films, yes, yeah, we're like, oh, beat it, toots, and it's all black and white and the detective, yeah, that type of movie. But it having that type of atmosphere, that music, that soundtrack is so good. F1, I'm putting it up there again. It shows up once again because the movie really stood out for me last year. But if we look at the soundtrack that was released a little while before the movie, we have Don Toliver, we have what's that guy? It's Burna Boy. We have Pauser. We have Sexy Red. There's a bunch of, I know, hey, Sexy Red. Oh no, Freddy, what do you mean? Calm down. in the song OMG, I think it's Tiesto and Sexy Red in OMG, but I'm talking about like the whole album soundtrack for the movie in general, and then also the sound design once again in Sonny's final race. In that moment, when I think about the movie as a whole, soundtrack and sound design, it just stood out so much. Warfare. Now, Warfare, a movie that was released in 2025 as well, people were glazing this movie, people were talking about this movie, hyping it up. I thought, okay, let's get into it, let's see what it is. Alex Garland, if I'm not mistaken, directed this. And I, for one, the cast alone, some of my favorite actors, or just not my favorite is in, oh, that's my favorite actor, I think is amazing, but people I do think is amazing, but if they're in a movie, I am there, I am seated, I am sat. And this movie, I decided to watch with my headphones because I saw people talking about the sound design. Put on my headphones, started the movie, and it started with the opening song, Eric Prydz, or something like that, Call on Me. Firstly, amazing opening to a movie. Definitely the best opening to a movie that I watched in 2025. Yeah, I would be afraid to say that. I think, and then Warfare's sound design in general. Oh my word! I tweaked my settings on my PC and the headphones so that it can be perfect, and that immersed me. If I had watched this movie in cinemas, wow, it would have been a different kind of experience. But for what I experienced already, the way the horrors of war is shown in your ears is insane. Like visually you see it, but the way it's as if you are there, you are hearing what they hear. It's almost like you can, and the visceral screams that's coming from the actors. I think it was Joseph Quinn. His visceral screams and the bombs and the, what do you call that? Like that when you shell shocked, the shell shocked sound after a bomb goes off. I mean, visually the movie was great. It's a great movie. Some people don't like it. I don't care. You can go home. I think it's one of my favorite movies of 2025, or one of the ones that, let's call it, like one of my underrated favorites, because I have a top favorite that we'll hear about later. But the sound design in Warfare, from the opening song, in the opening scene, to the way everything is done, sound-wise, it might be my favorite. I think sound-wise, it's the best movie of 2025. 100%. Emotional standouts. Now, these are movies that, hit me right here, right in the field, because I'll start off with Manchester by the Sea, and this movie, it is a long movie, but it's one of those movies where you can say, the movie's long, but I wouldn't take any single scene out of it. And it's such a heart-wrenching, heartbreaking, just pulls on your emotional strings, following Casey Affleck, who's a very good actor. Great performance in this, and Michelle Williams as well. But this movie's, the plot in itself, him raising his kid. It's his kid. Yes. No, he's looking after his brother's kid. Yes, he starts looking after his brother's kid after his brother passes away. But knowing his backstory as we go on into this film, it just kept breaking me. I'm like, bro, why does this keep getting sadder? And it's the home of that iconic meme, iconic-ish, or the well-known meme of where Casey Affleck is, this scene right here. And it's well known, but in itself, that scene is so sad, and you just sit there and you just think and you just mellow and in this emotion of what this man is going through. And yeah, that movie, emotionally, I've only put 2 movies for this, and for good reason. Maybe I didn't watch too many emotionally taxing movies in the year of 2025, but these 2 in specific, Manchester by the Sea, and then Kalhona Ho. Now, what's crazy is Kalhona Ho, this is probably like my 7th, or I've watched it 6 or more times, 7th, or I don't know how many times, but back when my uncle and parents introduced me to Bollywood movies, Kalhona Ho, Shah Rukh Khan, Preeti Zinta, these names that I always forget, but once I press cut, I'll remember. But this movie I've watched so many times, and it's been so sad. I've been close to tears other times, but I'm rewatching this movie, and these tears are running down my face. I'm like, wait, what's happening? I already know what's going to happen. I already know what happens in those movies. I watched it countless times, but it's still so good. It's so well written. The music, I think for what is that melody, Kalona will go up there because soundtrack wise, it says some of the iconic and greatest Bollywood hits. The character of Aman, played by Shah Rukh Khan, and what he's going through, and the way this romance that he has and that he then has to give up, and what he's dealing with. Oh, please watch this movie. This is, again, it's a long movie. It's a Bollywood movie. So if those two things are holding you back, don't let those two things hold you back from watching a good movie. Especially if you are a fan of musicals, or you like good music in a movie, you like a good cheesy romance. This is just something else. Because yeah, Manchester by the Sea, Kal Ho Na Ho, emotionally, those two movies, if you're watching those, have some tissues ready and just be ready to have this pulled from your chest. Worth a mention. Worth a mention are movies that are worth mentioning, great watches and enjoyable in terms of, I'm breaking up these movies in so many categories, in so many of my favorites, ones that I don't like, in so many visual and audible categories. These are just ones that I wanted to put in their own category in terms of praise, and this is movies that I really loved as well. Starting with La Haine, which I think means the hate, but I could be wrong. But this foreign French movie is great. It's fun. It's all in black and white. I love a good all black and white movie. Shout out 12 Angry Men. But this crime movie, I'm also a sucker for crime movies. But this movie, iconic, inspired so much in terms of inspired me. It's inspired cinema in so many different ways. Visually, it's great. It's shot so well as well here. But this movie, a great standout. It's one of my favorites that I've watched because it's another movie where I didn't know what to expect except from seeing certain scenes online. And now I'm watching this and I'm like, oh wow, this is great. I mean, the story of these three guys and the story of hate, the story of crime, and the friendship dynamics, and being in dealings with the bad people and where it leads you. So good. So good. Enemy. Now, Enemy, I watched twice. I feel like I guess you could say I watched it twice. I watched it once. It left me with answers. I was like, what is this movie? What did I just watch? And because I didn't understand it. And then I went back and then I started like skimming through the movie and like watching it again, skipping a little. What did I miss? What did I miss? And then I started like going online, watching videos on it, and I'm like, oh, and then I get back to the movie and I'm like, oh. No, Enemy is a very good thriller, and that's where we're bringing back open-ended endings, or endings that are left to interpretation, let's call it. And this movie does a lot for you to think for yourself. The Green Knight, I didn't like the way it did that, but this movie I think does it very well if you like that genre of movies. And I think it's some of Jake's best work in where he's playing this character. I don't know if that's a spoiler, because I'm kind of giving away the plot. You know, just watch the movie. I will leave this movie loving it, but it's such a good premise and idea as well. Moving on to a different Jake Gyllenhaal movie, Nightcrawler. Hey, if you want to win the lottery, you have to have the money to buy a ticket. Bars, absolute bars. This movie inspires me to be a hustler, to just go out there and go out there and sell yourself. The way he did it in this movie, having that mentality to do whatever it takes to get what you want, to make more money, to get the shot, so it follows this Jake Gyllenhaal as this other, he's going around doing odd jobs, but then now he wants to be a news reporter of sorts, call it a news cameraman. He wants to be a cameraman for the news by going out and filming events and selling it to the news. That's all I'll give you for now, but this movie is so good. It's an amazing performance, and Riz Ahmed, a great actor as well. Their dynamic, but just the main character mostly focusing on that and just his mentality. It's also what stuck out for me so much for why this movie is one of my favorites that I've watched in the year. Next up, we have The Killer. The Killer, this I don't even know how I stumbled across this movie, but it's always those where, I love watching movies, so I'll add almost anything to my watch list. And once I got to watching this crime action, I feel like if you take two John Wick movies, this movie, The Killer, had way more gunshots. I might be exaggerating, I probably am, but if you watch this movie, the amount of action and bullets and guns and mayhem, it's just amazing. I love a good action movie. I love it. And just the way, just the character and what he gets involved in and the bad things he gets involved in as a policeman. I think he's a policeman. Yes, he is a policeman, but oh my word. It's so well done. It's a foreign Chinese film. It's so good. It's so fun. So much action. If you love a good action movie, I would highly recommend this. It's something that you just go into it and you just have fun. You follow the story and go watch it. In fact, add it to your list. I'm not going to expect you to go watch it. I won't chase you away. Finish this video first, but add it to your list. And then number 5, we have Clute, which I did explain. I did kind of get into it a bit of why I like Clute. I'm gonna leave it at that. I mean, a movie mentioned twice. Someone mentioned the movie twice. Just go watch it. Anyway, next up we have The Crow. Now, The Crow came out with a reboot, a terrible, horrible reboot in 2024, 2023, 2024. What? Why? Who asked for this? Anyway, let's not focus on that trash. Let's focus on the movie that is The Crow, that was released in 1994 with Bruce Lee's son. Well, I only found out it was Bruce Lee's son afterwards, and hearing that he died during or passed away during filming the movie makes it so sad, knowing that I think it's Brendan, I don't know, but knowing what happened to him during filming and knowing what happened to his dad and seeing him as such a good actor. I hate it when you watch a movie and you really liked it and now you look up on the actor and now they're not there anymore. Same thing happens with certain music, you just get into this artist and now you're listening to their albums and they're like, oh, they passed away, now there's nothing more there. It's it's genuinely one of the worst things ever because it fills you with so much. So it leaves an impression on you. And that's what that did. The Crow is a great movie. It inspired The Restless Sting. If you're comparing the two looks, I almost did a Halloween outfit for that. But The Crow, someone who dies while his house is being invaded by some bad people in the city that's in a horrible condition. I swear that must be Gotham, because the state of that city is diabolical. It is actually bad. The condition and situation that those people are in. But him who passes away, who dies in the movie for, these people that attack him, as I said earlier, and him coming back for his revenge, for what they did, for murdering his girlfriend, because he died and his girlfriend died, and him coming for revenge for all these people. I love a good revenge movie. I love a good action movie. I love a good fantastical movie. The Crow also caught me by surprise, and I just ended up just loving that movie so much that I just was rewatching certain scenes, reading up on the movie and the actors, and good stuff. At number 7 for movies that left an impression, it's the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Now, the Lord of the Rings trilogy, I kind of watched back in 2020, 2021, but those movies are hella long, man. So I think I watched I started with the Fellowship. Is that the first movie? Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Yes, the Fellowship. The Fellowship. And I watched a little halfway, and then I got back to the second half next month, and then a month or few weeks later I watched part 2, but only a half, and then continued later on. So I never consumed the movie properly until last year when I was doing my one. So in July, I did one movie a day. I'll get to a bit of that later, but I was watching now the trilogy for the first time, the extended cuts, and it made me understand why people love that movie so much. It makes me understand why people love it as such a well adapted series and trilogy, why it's become one of my favorite trilogies. I have a bunch of trilogies I love, which I'll get into one later, but that really stands out. It's all, we love the characters, we love the ensemble, we love the jokes, we love the action, we love the theatricalness, we love the score, everything about this movie. It's literally, I mean, could I call it a perfect movie? Hey. Moving on to animated standouts. These are my favorite releases in 2025 with honorable mentions. So movies that I've watched in 2025 or that were released in 2025 or just, yes, that. Starting with K-pop Demon Hunters, which one of my friends glazed to glory and beyond. I was always putting this movie off just to spite him, always thinking that this movie is underrated. Everybody is singing these songs from this movie. What's so good about it? I watched it and I had that soundtrack on repeat for a week or two. Who's to say? But that movie, loved it. It again caught me by surprise. I didn't know what to expect while watching this film. Lego movie, Lego Batman. What? You're only watching the Lego movies now? Yes, I am. And hey, I'm late to the party, but those are amazing movies. They funny, they great. It's Lego movies, and I think what makes it so good, especially with the Lego Batman movie, even with just the Lego movie, I mean, to put it simply, everything is awesome. Everything about those movies, the animation, the jokes, the comedic timing, the story, it's just so well done. It's just so good. It's Lego. Who doesn't like Lego? Why don't you like Lego? You make me sick. Kubo and the Two Strings is done by Laika. Laika? No, not Laika. Laika. Laika does so well when it comes to their puppeteering and animation. Is it claymation? It's not claymation, but their puppeteering in their movies, in their animated movies, or Paranormal to name one. I don't think, no, it's not Coraline. Is it Coraline? I think it is. But as a studio, they are great with this movie, this story about Kubo, who's trying to save his mother, and he goes on this journey with his storytelling abilities and his companion, this monkey, and the fight scenes and the animation, the story, the sound, amazing. A great movie. Look Back. Another movie that my friend kept recommending and I didn't watch, and then I'm like, oh, this movie's like 50 minutes, 58 minutes, it's so short. And I watched it, and it's by the director, creator of Chainsaw Man, Fujimoto. Yes. And it's about these two artists, these two friends, these two best friends, or they become best friends, and they struggle as artists and their journey, and it's tragic, it's funny, it's cool, it's fun. For those who love animation, for those who love Chainsaw Man, for those who are creators and artists, I would highly recommend this movie. Toy Story 2, classic. Absolute classic. I mean, emotionally. I mean, the Toy Story movies in general, like the feeling of, or the concept, where's that word? The themes in the movie about being abandoned, about trying to move, about moving on, about knowing that to enjoy what was and what you had, and then just accepting what the new situation is and moving on. I mean, that's the movies, the animated movies barely have that these days, and that just did it so well. Everything about that movie, I mean, it's a Toy Story movie. You just almost can't go wrong when it comes to Toy Story movies, you know? And that just, Toy Story 2 is the best Toy Story movie, and it was great. It was a great rewatch. I've watched it a few times before, but rewatching it now at an older age just makes you realize more. Next category is I'll Be Back. These are my top favorites. These are movies that I will be rewatching. I will be watching these movies over and over again because they are so good. Starting with Clerks. Clerks is one of those movies that I've had downloaded for the longest time, but I never get to it. But people acclaim it and people love it and they call it a great comedy, and I'm like, black and white. But I'm like, hey, I love black and white movies and I love comedies. Two good reasons to watch it. And I'm watching it, and it's one of the funniest movies that I've watched last year. And one of the reasons it resonates with me so well is because them being clerks. I work for the work that I currently do, and him dealing with certain types of customers and the questions that they ask him and having to deal with that, and the movie just being so relaxed, it being a type of hangout movie, a hangout film, and we just have this guy just his day at work, and it's just what happens at his work, ridiculous stuff, simple stuff, and it's simple, but it's fun and it's cool, and it's just such a funny movie. And I'll definitely be rewatching it because of how much such a comedic movie and such a character or his characteristics and traits resonates with me. I just love it. Next is the Before trilogy, and that's where the talkback of my favorite trilogies comes in. The Before trilogy has officially become one of my favorite trilogies, in where we follow these two characters in Before Sunrise, no, Before Midnight, Before Sunset, I get it mixed up. No, I'll get it. Wait. Before Midnight, Before Sunset, Before Sunrise. I think I got it wrong. I don't feel like correcting myself. I think I got it right. But this movie with Julie Delpy and Ethan Hawke, and it's just them talking a lot of the time. We just follow these two characters that just met, and the way their romance blossoms and deteriorates and just fluctuates throughout these movies is so good. The idea of just people talking for a whole movie and it being so good. I mean, look at 12 Angry Men. That's a very good example of people just talking the whole movie and it being great. I mean, you don't have to do too much sometimes when it comes to your romance movies. And this is an example of it. But I just love it. I mean, I love... Yes, what's up? And it's just proof that you don't have to do too much when it comes to romance movies. And it's just two people talking. I mean, two people talking is... I lost my train of thought, yes. Moving on to the next one, we have The Truman Show. The Truman Show, I think I gave this 5 stars. I mean, I've been putting everything here, so we'll see what I gave that. But The Truman Show, the idea of The Truman Show, wow. That is such a game changer in terms of movies. Such an iconic movie, amazing visuals. It's funny, but the journey of our character as he slowly realizes that his entire life is a lie. It's just a commercial. It's just being watched by everyone. This movie will definitely be rewatched. It's such a good and well-made movie that I just don't have so many. I mean, those who know, but those who don't know, watch this movie for Jim Carrey. Watch it for the premise of, imagine you realize that everyone around you knows that you're in a TV show except you. Like, they just characters, they just pretending. Everything, like nothing around you is real. Like, wow. And then I put here Cure and Memories of Murder. Cure I talked about earlier, that neo-noir murder mystery, crime, detective movie. Memories of Murder, Dropkick Mania, what a good movie. That the dropkicks alone make the movie good. But again, movies where we slowly find out with the detective who the killer is and following that story. Again, of this is but this one's a Korean one. So Cure, Japanese foreign film, Memories of Murder, Korean foreign film, both amazing. Memories of Murder by Bong Joon-ho, I'm pretty sure it's him. Yes, wow, very good. I would highly recommend this if you love a good murder mystery, if you love a good crime thriller. These are the perfect movies for you, which I'll definitely be rewatching, because even though I do know now what happened in those movies as a murder mystery crime movie, it's not going to stop me from enjoying the movie even more the next time I do. At number 5, 4 movies that I'll be back watching is The Big Lebowski. This movie just made me love bowling. It made me love Jeff even more. Jeff? It is Jeff, isn't it? Jeff Bridges. Yes? Yes. It made me love him even more. It made me love him as an actor. I mean, the movie is good. The movie is funny. We love the characters. John Goodman is great in there. What's his name? 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 You know the guy. Hello, fellow kids. Anyway, it's fine. Watch the movie. It's fun. Oh, Philip Seymour Hoffman as well. God rest his soul. What a great actor he was in this. But it's such the idea of mistaken identity and you now suffering for someone else's mistakes because they decided to do something to you, and because you have the same name, now you suffering for that. I just love it. It's such a good, it's a very iconic film. It's so quotable, and it keeps you wanting more, and it is why it would make you want to watch more. It's why I'm gonna be watching it again. Honorable mentions, we have Mission Impossible 3. So in the year of 2025, I did my Mission Impossible run through. I watched all the Mission Impossible movies, which is why Tom Cruise was my most watched actor on my letterbox, because I watched all the, I mean, it's 8 movies and then some in terms of I watched other movies of his, but I went through the Mission Impossible franchise, and number 3 stands out for me. It's a great action movie. It's something I'll be coming back for more. Boys in the Hood, movie I've been putting off for way too long. As an honorable mention, it's there because I just love the story. I just love the idea of either John Singleton, especially because it's John Singleton, and it's because he did Snowfall, and he did this with all the characters in this, Cuba Gooding Jr., everyone else, Lawrence Fishburne, and bro, this movie, it's something. The Raid action movie, pure violence, pure chaos, pure mayhem. Just, I mean, the final fight scene, the intro, the middle, just everything, like the way the tension builds up, the action scenes, the thrill that the movie gives you. It's one of my friend's favorite movies, and it's now become one of my favorite action movies. It's just so well done. Lastly, for honorable mentions, we have White Chicks. Because I really watched White Chicks. I gave it 5 stars, and I'll give it 10 more stars, because it is one of the funniest, one of the most iconic, one of the most quotable, one of the greatest comedies of all time. I don't even have to explain it, and if you haven't watched it, there's something wrong with you. And then I just can't get enough, which is movies that I repeated in the year, and there's only one because I watched it twice, and that's Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Hey, can you blame me? It's Scott Pilgrim. It has a great soundtrack, and I would add that to What Is That Melody, but it's kind of unfair. But Scott Pilgrim, in itself, one of the greatest, one of the most iconic. It's a great movie. The cast alone, I mean, you don't even have to explain it, but Scott Pilgrim, it's just one of my favorite movies. I love the game, I love the soundtrack, I love the comics. I've read all the comics. It's amazing. I think it's one of the best adapted things in media ever, because you have the comics, which are great, you have an amazing movie, you have a great game, you have a great soundtrack, you have an animated series that's also fun. I mean, they just don't miss on every aspect, and Edgar Wright is a director, amazing. I've also watched these other films. I did watch Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead as well. I don't think I watched Hot Fuzz. I watched Shaun of the Dead, which is great. Now this is a category that I hate to get to, but we have to get to, and that's...
Oh, fuck.
I can't believe you've done this. And these are disappointments and letdowns. Movies I hoped were good, and I was looking forward to them, but they weren't as great or as good as I thought it would be, or it was hyped up to be. Starting with Hitman. Hitman is kind of my own fault, because I thought Hitman was an action movie because it was called Hitman, and it was a guy that has different different disguises. So I thought, oh, it's an action movie. And then I come to watch it and I'm like, this movie is dick boring, bruh. It's dead boring. I'm like 10 minutes, 20 minutes left. I'm like, bruh, when is this movie gonna end? I look it up and I'm like, this isn't even an action movie. I'm like, oh, it's not. It's a romance comedy crime movie. And I mean, even for what it is, in the genre that it is, from not what I thought it was, it's still boring. This movie sucks. Like, I'm sorry. I love Glenn. I love the Miss Gonzalez. I forgot how to say your name. But, and also the director. I thought he wouldn't let me down, but he let me down. And it's unfortunate, but I really was hoping that I would like this movie. Which is, it's why you want to watch a movie. You want to like it, but it just let you down. Next up is Mickey 17. Controversial. Maybe a lot of people will disagree with me. Lots of people love Mickey 17. I was not one of them. As a guy who just watched another Bong Joon-ho movie, Memories of Murder, someone who's watched Parasite, someone who's watched Snowpiercer, what the hell is this? I know directors try different things, they try their hand at different things, but this didn't feel like a movie of his. This felt like some obligatory contractual agreement that he just had to make this movie. I like the premise. It's good. It's cool. I love Robert Pattinson and Steven Yeun. It's cool, but the movie wasn't. They are cool. The concept is cool. But the movie just narratively just didn't do it for me in terms of the pacing, in terms of the writing, and then Mark Ruffalo's as well. I mean, again, another guy that I love, but the movie just didn't do it for me. It just wasn't as good as I thought it would be. It just fell flat. But I guess what I'm trying to say, the movie, the story itself, it being weak is why I didn't like it. Next up we have Black Bag, which I watched this because people are hyping it up as, it's a good movie, one of the best of 2025. This was early in the year when people were saying this, and I'm like, oh, okay, let's watch this, and this movie sucks. This movie is boring. I'm like, I love the actors. Why is it always like that? Like, you have actors and actresses that you like in this movie, but they just don't do it for you. And it's not their fault, but it's the writing. And I don't know, people like it, and I can see what they did, but when I was done with the movie, it felt like it was missing something. Like, it felt fast-paced, like they just ran through some quick beat. Like, things weren't explored enough, characters weren't explored enough in some ways. I don't know. I guess it's one of those moments in where you're expecting a movie to be good because people said so, but you also don't know what to expect. And then that just brings it like here to where, I didn't like it. I didn't expect it to be bad. It just disappointed you because you expected it to be better. But yeah, I mean, that's what. Yeah, but I guess it's just those three for movies that really disappointed me. And now we're moving on to the best of 2025. And now we have Sinners, one battle after another, Frankenstein, Superman, Chainsaw Man, and Demon Slayer. Starting with Sinners, I've mentioned why Sinners is a great movie, why I love it. It's one of the best of 2025, without a doubt. Cast, directing, movies, cinematography, I don't know, everything. I was gonna go through a list, it was gonna sound cool, I messed it up. I didn't feel like doing a retake. Let's move on. Leave me alone. One battle after another. I love it. Sean Penn, DiCaprio, Chase Infinity. Chase. She's not watching this. But one battle after another. I watched this in cinemas, I think. Yes, as well. I watched this in cinemas and it was a great watch. It was a free birthday ticket movie. And I was just there. I was there for the whole ride. It's a great movie. It's very funny. I mean, it's not a comedy movie, but there's a lot. It's in a way. It did win Best Picture for musical or comedy for the Golden Globe. So I guess I can. Yeah, it is very funny for what it is in its comedicness, the political themes, the dynamic of this father who is now raising this daughter without the mother, and Sean Penn and his quest for what he's doing in that movie, and the performance that he's giving. Wow. what a guy. Frankenstein I watched late in the year, near the end of the year, because that's when it was released. Del Toro, once again, another movie. I watched Pan's Labyrinth early in the year. I watched Frankenstein now. I love this director. He's so cool. He's so good. Jacob Elordi, Oscar Isaac, Mia Goth, everyone else in this movie, but the makeup and the cinematography, wow. And the performance from Jacob especially. I think, yeah, everything about this movie I just really loved. It puts it in the top 5 of my favorite movies that were released. Moving on to Superman. Superman, I loved. I don't care what people say. Yakim, I don't care what you say. You are wrong. But Superman was a great movie. I mean, it's obviously not the greatest comic movie of all time. That goes without saying. But for what it is, as a propelling us into the new era of the DCU, and for what it is, David Gordon Sweat, Mr. Terrific, Guy Gardner, Lois Lane, Jimmy Olsen, the ladies' man himself, and Lex Luthor, played by Nicholas Hoult. Oh my word. This, I mean, cinema watch, IMAX, watching with friends, James Gunn, it's Superman. Amazing. I mean, come on. Come on. Next up, we have Chainsaw Man. Also watch this in cinemas with friends. Wow. The animation and the music and the story and the characters and Denji and Rezier. Oh my word. Oh, Chainsaw Man it's become one of my favorite animated movies. I just love it. I love the series. I love the show and the manga. Fujimoto again, watching Look Back and now watching this. I mean, it's like when you watch, I love watching the works of a director, and we're able to watch one movie early in the year, then you watch another movie of theirs, and you're like, this guy's really good. Chainsaw Man, it excels in everything that it does, and it moves on to my next Demon Slayer, which also does very well in what it is as a movie, as an animated movie. We all know Demon Slayer. It's one of the most popular shows out right now, one of the most popular animes currently of the new generation, especially from its boom period in 2019, 2020, around there. But the movie I loved. It's the start of a great arc. It's the start of where crazy stuff happens. And this movie was long. There was a moment in where I watched this movie alone in the cinema. It was just me, which is a great experience. Highly recommend, if you ever can have that experience in your lifetime. It's very much worth it and amazing. But I'm sitting there and I'm watching Akaza's backstory, and eventually I'm like, this is long. And I said it out loud, like, this is long. And it felt like a whole 20-minute anime episode dedicated just to this one guy. The backstory felt like 30 minutes. And it probably was. And it was, I guess, necessary, but it also wasn't. But that aside, with that long-ass backstory, the visuals was amazing. The soundtrack was amazing. Seeing every character pop off, and then seeing the build-up for the characters that didn't have their moment, that will have their moment in the next time, makes it amazing. But those 6 movies my favorite of 2025, favorite release then, and yeah, I think they just really stand out for movies that stuck with me. I did watch Marty Supreme as a 2025 movie. I only watched it this year because South Africa decided to release it late. So if I watched it in 2025, it would have been on this list, and probably let's talk Marty Supreme for a moment. Actually, it's a 2025 movie. I watched it this week. I watched it this week. It is a 2025 movie. So if for the sake of it, we are putting it part of this list: Sinners, One Battle, Frankie, Superman, Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer. I would put it Sinners, Marty, One Battle, Frankenstein. Yeah. I would put it under Sinners and then drop down everything else after that. Marty Supreme was amazing. Phenomenal film. I loved it. Amazing performance. Timmy for the Oscar. Here we go. Oh, to end it off, guys, we have the final category, and it's called Oh brother, this guy stinks! And it's just the worst films I've ever witnessed. Straight cheeks. Like, I don't know why this was made. It's just 2 packs. And we're gonna start off with The Electric State, which is, I promise you, this movie is a money laundering scheme. Something, I don't know where a budget of 350 million went for a Netflix movie with Chris Pratt and Millie Bobby Brown, a CGI movie with high caliber cast of voice acting. I don't know why. I don't know why this movie was made. It sucked. It fell flat. I don't know what they were trying to do. Just everything about this movie is just bad. We have Odessa, which I love Sadie Sink. And again, a movie where it's not your fault. I like you. You're great. You're a great actress. But now you're in this trash movie. Again, a Netflix movie. Surprise, surprise. But this movie, I don't even know. I don't even remember it, honestly. I don't remember. Odessa. What was she doing? You know, and my friend Yakim just told me about it earlier this week about when a movie's so bad, your brain or a medium like a series or movie is so bad that your brain just like deregisters it. And it's this movie of this girl that's going on this journey. I think her mom died, and now she's going out to play music in order to make money, and she meets some people, and there's this trash ass villain and this boring story. And I think it's a musical, but the music sucks. The story's boring. The colors are too much. They're trying way too much with the color grading and the colors that they're showing in the visuals. It's your typical Netflix style look of a movie and cinematography, and it just sucks. Next up we have Absolute Peak, so bad that it's bad. It's War of the Worlds, which is, it speaks for itself from the gifs alone, from those clips that you might have seen. If you watch the movie, you are a strong person, but especially if you watch the whole thing. But I don't know how my friends and I got through that movie, but that movie is so bad in every single way. I don't know why they released it. They should have kept it in the vault. I don't want to get into it, actually. Cop and a Half, New Recruit, or as the review that Robin said, and then Cop and a Half, more like Cop and Half a Star. Stupid joke, stupid movie. This movie sucks. This movie is bad. The stupid dynamic about this little girl who's now following this policeman around while he's on a mission, staking places out, playing these detective and whatever, and she just tags along. Girl, get a life, go to school, bruh. What kind? Nah, no, lost this movie. Cocaine Shark. My friends and I didn't even finish this movie, it's so bad. You see, okay, this is just a part of the video where I'm just heated because of these movies that just suck. Cocaine Shark, it's so stupid. It's not, I don't know why it's called Cocaine Shark. There's no reason for that. Anyway, Fountain of Youth. Guy Ritchie, what are you doing? You did The Gentleman, you did Snatch. You've made good movies. What is this? This movie is boring. John Krasinski, I like you. Why are you in this movie? Why are you in this slop? I don't even know what was good about this movie. There's nothing that all these movies mentioned. Freakier Friday. Who asked for this? Who asked for the Freakier Friday movie? It's a stupid sequel. There's so much cringe dialogue. It's so forced. It's trying too much to be modern. It's the same story. We already saw Freaky Friday. Why are you doing it again? But now you're swapping grandmas and this person and that person. And now, it's a four-way swap. We've seen the family swap. It's been done before. Lost this movie, bruh. Oh my word. All these movies are whack. Anyway. All that aside, those 7 movies just awakened something in me. Wow. But, hey. That is all for now. I mean, there's a lot that I could have gone through. I watched in July, because I watched this other video of Tom Cruise saying that he watches a movie every day, which it's probably a lie. There's no way with the schedule that he has, because I tried it with the schedule that I have, who's working and trying to make movies. I tried in July watching one movie every day, and it worked out well. I think I got at least 27 out of the 31 days, or 28 out of the 31 days. But it was great. I mean, it's been a very good year for movies in terms of what was released in 2025. Out of all the movies I've watched, it was fun. I love cinema, and I would love to know what was your guys' favorite movies that were released, or your favorite movies that you've watched in the past year. How many movies did you guys watch in the past year? I've seen people on my letterbox that have watched like over 1,000 movies. And it's like, how do you do this? Where do you find the time to watch over 1,000 movies? I've seen people, it's like over 300 movies, and I don't know this guy, but I know that he like works at this other store, and so you have a job and you have over 300 movies. Are you just waking up and watching movies? Where do people get this time? How do they do it? It's actually insane how much movies people can watch. If you go to your letterbox and you think, oh, I watched like 50 movies so far and it's only June, and then you go see someone else and have like 1,000, and it's like, what? How? But anyway, I would love to know what movies you guys have watched this year, what you guys have consumed and all of that. Drop a like, a comment, share the video, share your letterbox account. I'd love to check out your guys' movies, what you guys log, your guys' reviews. I'd like to judge and comment. And hey, we all love some letterbox engagement and sharing our views. We want more people to see it. So drop that there, make some friends, share your letterbox, follow other people. And guys, I'll see you for the next video. I promise you I won't take long to release the next one. And so with that, I must bid you adieu. Good morning, good evening, and good night.